Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. There's a lot of riots going on now in Jita. There's a lot of outrage and anger in Jita. The Jita region is feeling a bit of an earthquake from the riots that are going on right now. Fortunately, the earthquake has sort of stabilized, but it's still going on. The aftershocks are still here. You know that whole extraction to production dev blog that was released not a whole long time ago, a few days ago. A lot of nerfs there were put into place. A lot of stuff that involves the capital industrial ships are planned on being dropped, and a lot of people's characters are going to be made quite useless because they were focused on having a lot of mining alts to get a lot of ISK by mining a lot of ore. Now they're going to basically not really be at all as useful, and a lot of people are angry about this. As well as that, a lot of the stuff that was released in that update was not exactly what people had been hoping for, it seems like, even though, I mean, it's going to be making ore more plentiful, but there are going to be more mechanics and a bit of waste stuff that some people at least, think that it's not going to make a whole bigger difference. It's not what people were expecting. Long story short, a lot of people are angry, and they're showing this anger in Jita right now. Usually in EVE Online, when something happens that CCP doesn't like a lot, there's this there are like these riots that occur in Jita. There's this kind of monument that exists in Jita that a lot of people like to go there when there's something bad that's happened, and like put a lot of fireworks and shoot this monument to show their anger. And that's exactly what's happening right now. There's a big like monument in Jita that people are shooting, and you can also see in the chat there's a lot of anger, a lot of maybe even rude stuff that people are posting there. So if it gets a little bit too rude, I might switch the chat channel. But we will see a lot of angry rants in the chat below, and there was actually a lot more anger yesterday, in fact, because there was I think about 6,000 plus people in Jita. Like, it was an all-time high. We can see that there's 2,000 people in Jita right now, and I think that is pretty high for the normal count in Jita. But there was over 6,000 people before, and that was so high that the player count was getting glitched out, because for me it was saying 3,000 something, but it was actually a lot more, because some people were saying, oh look, it says 4,000. Some people were saying, oh look, it says 6,000. Like, it was glitching out because that's how overloaded the Jita server was. And in fact, it was so overloaded that time dilation was going on. Time dilation is what happens, or is mostly known for, in these really big nullsec battles where there's too many people in the same system. What the servers do to be able to like keep up with the whole battle, they go into this mode called time dilation, which makes so that every action in the system is slowed down by a certain percentage factor. So if it's time dilation by 50%, everything takes double the amount of speed, or half the amount of speed to perform. And like yesterday, we had a time dilation factor of 10%. So it meant that if I wanted to warp to a planet, for example, it would take me 10 times the amount of time to warp to that planet as it usually would. Luckily now there is no time dilation going on, so that's why I think it's quite an appropriate time for me to show you these riots right here. And I'm going to do it in a Rattlesnake. You can see here there's unpopular people's front demands permadeath to EVE. A lot of people are angry right there, but I'm going to be doing this in a Rattlesnake because I'm going to go with a full buffer Rattlesnake, like really buffer, with the field extended 2s, large shield extenders, damage control, resist modules, newt proof actually as well. This is because there's a lot of angry people here. I worry that might be people that want to gank me if there's going to be a lot of anger here. I just don't want to take much chances. And also just in general, when you're outside Jita, there's a lot of people there who want to get some quick kills, so I always want to be a little bit careful around the Jita station. So we're going to use this really buffer powerful ship right here with 318k EHP and 302 HP per second, and go out here and explore the Jita Riots. See what we see here. And then I'll show you the monument. It's actually placed a long time ago. There's like a event that occurs called Burn Jita, but this is like an event that's not Burn Jita. It's just a random event that when someone or some group of people don't like something that CCP has done, they assemble themselves here. As you can see, there's a big spam of players, but there was an event a long time ago called Burn Jita where there was specifically something to do with Jita that they assembled here, like a very specific event. That's why if we look here on this memorial, you can see it's a memorial to the winners of Revo Aram Riddle competition, Henki and Shinra of Burn Eden. I think it was called Burn Jita, the proper, like what many players were calling it. So we'll just go out here on the undock to be able to warp to this location, because it's just under 150 kilometers away. It's a bit unfortunate because it would be nice to be able to warp to that. Alright. Let's see now. There's a lot of fireworks people do to show their frustration there by giving a lot of explosions there. You can actually shoot the monument as well. We'll try to do that. Let me just group these drones right here into salvages. Okay. If we zoom out a bit here, we can go to the side maybe. We're very far away now. Let's see now. We can select this monument and warp to 0. Let's see if anyone tries to shoot us. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. You never know when there's so many angry coercers there, because I think I saw some coercers. Yeah, look at that. A ton of angry coercers there, and they could possibly kill us because, I mean, a Rattlesnake is shield-based. If they were to attack a shield-based ship, it would be quite optimal with a coercer because of the EM damage they usually do and the low EM resistance of shields. We can lock this memorial up. Can maybe reload our missiles. No point to use the missiles, but we can take our drones and start shooting this. See if they actually are able to do it. Drones engaging a memorial. See if they can do that, if it's possible. I don't know if they can. Are they doing anything? Because it seems like they're just orbiting the thing. Maybe they're not able to get close enough. Yeah, I don't think they're able to get close enough, it seems. Because we don't get any damage notifications. We can recall the drones. Don't need to bother with the drones. But, oh, look at this. You see, there's all the big explosions all over the place. It's quite crazy what's going on right now. And I can imagine, like, it's for good reason as well, because imagine you have all these accounts that you've trained into capital ship skills, a lot more skills needed than sub-capital ship skills, and then suddenly they get all like made useless, and all the ISK and potentially real money you spent on training those ships are wasted. I can also understand why the changes were made, because like the Rorqual and Orcas, those are the main ships that have been nerfed. They made it so that they mine less, and they've made their like support capabilities a bit better. So they're more like a support ship rather than a mining ship. So most of the people who had them got them specifically to be able to mine to get a lot of ISK. Now they're just going to be a support ship, and you can't really do much with a bunch of support ships. So I mean, they are good to have, but like having a ton of them is not going to be so useful. So now they're getting quite useless now, and a lot of people have got all these alts, or at least ships that are not really worth it, and it's making the prices of Orcas at least go down, especially the Rorquals as well. I can't really talk much about the Rorqual because I've never flown a Rorqual. You can't use it in high sec, you can only use it in low sec or null sec, but I'm a bit unhappy, especially about the Orca, because I like the idea of being able to like use that ship in mining solo, and then also if you wanted to, you could like give some fleet boosts to the players nearby. Now it's going to be really crappy in terms of mining capabilities. I think it's going to be quite a bit worse than a barge. So now may as well just mine in a barge that's worth like 1/10 of the price, or maybe even 1/30th of the price instead of an Orca. The only real reason to have an Orca is to give some fleet boosts or to carry ships, but and it's just, I like the fact that it was able to mine, but now we can't. I think it's just a bit unfortunate. I don't see how it was particularly broken that it was able to mine. I don't see many people spamming Orcas, or at least as many as I see Rorquals. But even the Rorquals, there's so much skills that people have gone to waste, and I can imagine the people are not going to be so willing to play, or at least who have those characters. They're probably going to be very demotivated. I think maybe, like, this is the thing, they're very controversial, but maybe people who've get like a window that they could perhaps redeem or refund some of the skill points that they invest in these capital ship skills, because there'll be, at least for people who have like a limited time, they could maybe refund them to get them back just for this one occasion, since those ships were greatly changed. It's a bit unfortunate because it's a lot like that in EVO Online, because you need to put a lot of investments into certain ship skills. So like, say, I don't know, I invest really top tier skills for Aguila, really at top tier skills for the Gila to get really good at Abyss, like really maximum specialization skills and everything. Then suddenly, imagine they one day nerf the Abyss, make it useless, then I would be very annoyed about that, and I really would have been really sad to invest a lot of skills into that. And that's actually something I've considered, like, oh, I'm going to spend 1 million skill points to get a little bit percentage point better DPS in my drones. And I sometimes think to myself, okay, what if one day CCP decides to nerf this, makes that all completely useless? I think that's a bit of a downside to the way EVE Online is designed. And I'm wondering, what do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about all these changes? Because I understand that you don't want to have all these spams of capital ships everywhere, but on the other hand, I also understand that you don't want to have all your ships that are very expensive, not just sub-capital ships, but like very expensive capital ships, very skill-intensive capital ships, all gone to waste just like that with one patch. I wonder if CCP might make a change to those dev blogs, maybe make it a little bit less harsh, because it was quite harsh. They pretty much removed almost all, but I think they removed all bonuses the capital ships had to mining drones, so it was pretty rough what they got right there. Now they're focused on being a very decent support ship, but when it comes to mining, they are complete trash now. May as well just mine in barges. And I like that you can mine in barges there. I feel like they should be the focus, not the Rorquals, who they don't have pretty much any skills related to the barges. Like it doesn't feel to me like a big progression. Like say you're progressing from a Gila to a Rattlesnake, you're sort of still training the similar ship line. You're going with Galente and Caldari, spaceship command, and drones and missiles. It's progressing. Well, you've got the barge that uses mining beams, and then you've got the mining drones of the Rorqual. They're not really so similar, having to train completely different skills. I don't feel like it feels such a natural progression. So I like that people are being promoted to use a lot more barges. I think that'll be the more standard way of mining. But again, I think it's very harsh that all those skills are going to be gone to waste now with all these changes. Oh, getting a lot of fireworks suddenly. Yeah, I think all these coercers there going with a bunch of fireworks probably. See what they got right here. Are they shooting? They're shooting with the beam lasers, it seems, or pulse lasers, whatever they've got. Yeah. No one's locking us up though, thankfully. A lot of ibises right here. A lot of ibises. They probably got the festival launchers on or something. Or maybe not. Yeah, but that's the riots in Jita. A lot of riots going on right now. A lot of frustration and anger, and a lot of different types of skills. And ISK probably is going to go down the toilet. Unfortunate for those players who did that. Hopefully this will be worth it. The changes that will be done, it will be worth the sacrifice. Let me know what you think about this whole ordeal in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.